recognize that the Texas case does that. It keeps more and more babies alive every single day that it stands, and we're honored to be here as part of the pro-life movement.
This law is about human life, and so a little baby growing inside her mother's womb, when there's a heartbeat the doctor can detect, the doctor cannot take that life in abortion. That's all the bill's about. If there's a heartbeat, there's a life that must be protected.
We believe that the majority of people understand that when there is a heartbeat, or before, I believe that life begins at conception, but at least at that point, it's a human being and worthy of our legal protection and has civil rights.
Because right now, the United States is one of 7 countries, with China and North Korea, that allows abortion all the way up until the moment of birth, well past the point that the baby can feel pain. So we have everything to gain from these judicial decisions. There's really, it can't be worse than it is right now. And so this sort of desperation that we're seeing from the pro-abortion movement, these different, these name-calling techniques and scare tactics, it just goes to show that they know that we're on the cusp of real change, and they're desperate to try and stop it.
And I think the thing about Texas that particularly Democrats are so happy about is they, in addition to this law, they also passed $100 million in alternative to abortion funding. And that's where, as Democrats, we think that life inside and outside the womb is precious, and we want to make sure the women have real choice to have their babies rather than just pay for abortion. So
we see that women have a lot more options. You know, really abortion, all it does for a woman is it takes away the child inside of her, but it doesn't solve any of her problems. It doesn't solve any of her issues. And so the whole idea that abortion is women's health care is fraud, and we certainly want to come and show all of the life options that are available to women in crisis.
Women need real choice. And when you fund abortion and you don't provide those alternatives, you are giving the indication that you think that abortion is the best and only answer for women.
Yeah, so we provide maternity services, adoption services for women that choose that, foster care, temporary care, hosting, lots of arrays of things that we can do both for women and children.
I just think there's so much momentum in the movement right now on the front lines at the pregnancy centers, in state legislatures across the country, and certainly in the hearts and minds of the American people.
So I'm hopeful that most of America will tune in and will recognize that life begins at conception and that it's worth saving. What the Texas Heartbeat Law does is it brings a complete crescendo to this issue and thrusts it into the national stage. So I hope Americans see that. They see that states like Texas can protect law, and then they try to get involved, whether it's with a local pregnancy resource center or advocating for laws like the Texas law in their own home state.
Thanks so much for watching this video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss new content from the Daily Signal.